I think we're live. That's good. We're live. Hello. Welcome to another That's Just Joe live stream talking hopes and dreams. Oh my God, I've got so many hopes and dreams this month. I've got so many Christmas wishes as well. And if you're celebrating Christmas, a very Merry Christmas to you. As you can see, the office is kitted out. We've got the black Christmas tree here with Star Wars baubles and Grogu down here. We've got some tinsel. We've got even more lights. I'll show you actually. I've got to hold up my hand like this, like I'm about to swear on the Bible, and it will follow me then. But we've got some lights up here, you know, and we've got some tinsel just down over the TV corner, which is kind of cool. Let's close that door actually, so no cats come in and ruin the mood. But and then we've got some lights here. But yeah, man, Christmas. I'm very much looking forward to Christmas this year. Move over way here a bit. Hold my hand up. And then the camera stops. That's how cool it is. But yeah, Christmas. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. I'm very much looking forward to Christmas this year. I turn 30 in October, so I'm spending it with my wife's family, but obviously going to see mine. I recently got my first car. I haven't driven in 9 years. So I've been driving about the past couple of days, couple of weeks, just getting back into the swing of things. So could be lots of driving for Christmas and everything. I'm driving home for Christmas. I hope I don't get copyright striked. But it's it's been an interesting few weeks actually. I've been very bored. I've been doing loads of gaming, just getting into games. If it's on Steam, PS5, PS2, Xbox 360, I've just been going at it with stuff, which has been cool. For some reason, my sign-in doesn't work. But happy Christmas. And yeah, it's only the 2nd of December. But as we know, December is going to be a very important month, supposedly, with the Superman trailer supposedly hitting very soon. And what I mean by very soon, I literally mean in the next 2 weeks, maybe even less. There's been no indication on the exact date, but there has been, whispers and everything. And the latest update I can give you from James Gunn, the co-CEO of DC Studios so far, who is very busy promoting Creature Commandos, which is not being released anytime soon here in the UK. So I'm going to have to wait a little longer. I don't know what the issue is, like sorting this, release pattern out. It's such a shame not going to be able to be at the start of the DCU with everyone. But I think they need to figure out who's going to be showing what. Over here, it would be Sky, because they did the Penguin TV show, which was cast simultaneously over here, but like at 2:00 in the morning, which was always fun. But what a great show Penguin was. So Creature Commandos has got, even though it's just an animation and everything, it's really got to step up its game, and it is technically the beginning of the DCU. But without further ado, James Gunn had this to say, reacting to a fan on Twitter. So this fan had said, "Don't make them kill Superman off, lol, and when is your Superman trailer coming? I'm dying here." And his reply is, "Hold on, you can make it, I believe." Woo, what does that mean? That could mean so many things. Oh my God, let's decipher every single thing. But that was from Hollywood Updates. Follow for more interesting updates. I mean, I've got James Gunn's notifications on. I'm waiting for him to drop that trailer. Now, in terms of the exact date the trailer's coming out, I was thinking it would be Christmas Day, because it's like, here's a Christmas present for all of you, which doesn't do me any favors as a creator, because I like to react to trailers and talk about it and do live videos straight after a trailer's come out, like I did with The Flash. I was very excited for that film. But so there's quite yeah, Christmas Day would be a little bit problematic from a content creator view. But in terms of marketing, Christmas Day would actually be perfect. What a great gift from James Gunn. My mum asked me the other day, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, can I have the James Gunn Superman trailer? And she was like, who's that? What's Superman? What? But yeah, I'd love it. That would be a great move. It does sound like Superman is going to have a lot of money put into the marketing, because now they've got to get Superman back onto the conveyor belt of the public eye and everything, and getting general audiences to have a reason to flood into the cinema. It's got to do really well, Superman, for this DCU to kind of pan out, and I'm sure there's going to be elements in there that will get people going to the cinema and everything. But I don't think it'll be like Barbenheimer. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it'll be that big. I think there'll just be a lot of interest, hopefully. Talking of box office news and everything, I do want to give a shout out to the cast and crew of Wicked, because oh my god, I saw that the other day with my wife and it was fucking awesome. It was such a good film, and I really enjoyed the stage play. Saw that a couple of years ago in London, and it's a great story. It's a great take on the mythology of Oz and everything. But it's doing so well. It's doing domestically 262 million, international 96, worldwide 359 million. So it's still doing all right. And I mean, when were these numbers? I mean, let's go to United Kingdom, and United Kingdom 17 million. It's doing really well over here. 695 theatres, which is not a lot when you think about it, but Wicked is doing wickedly in it. So that report was November 22nd to 24th, so it's definitely done more, because the interest in it and sort of people flocking to the cinema to see it is so high. But it's an amazing movie. My wife's going to see it again at Christmas. I don't think I can handle another 3 hours, but I'm definitely getting it. 4K purchase, we're going to sit down when I buy it. We're going to get it release day and sit down and watch it on my beautiful television and so on in that soundbar, surround sound. So yeah, Wicked was really, really good. But in terms of Superman, going back to Superman, it's got to do really well. And I'm not saying it has to break $1 billion, $2 billion. It needs to make its money back, because it does sound expensive, this Superman movie. And especially the way they're talking about the marketing for it's got to be really good. You'd expect it would be quite a big one. So let's look at Superman's budget. Look at budget. I should really have this stuff, ready. So the total budget is, according to Wikipedia, which we can all trust, obviously, total budget is 363.8 million. That's a very expensive film. But Gunn did dispute the accuracy of this budget, which would have made the film one of the most expensive superhero films ever made. So I think it's when you think of everything included, like marketing and just the VFX treatment that's going to be on these films, because it will be VFX heavy, and James Gunn is really good with VFX, and he's very trained in the arts of VFX. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy is just proof of that. The Suicide Squad is proof of that, which is canon, by the way, supposedly. Hold up. James Gunn is saying it's done in the thumbnail. Well, yeah, it's done. He said he has the trailer on a hard drive ready to go, basically, but obviously there are other fingers in that pie that have to kind of give the go ahead. Obviously there's been loads of rumors recently that Warner Brothers weren't happy with the trailer and they wanted multiple cuts done and they were pissed off with the editor and everything, but he has come out and said, is he saying it's done as in finished or done as in Jova? It's Jova. It's finished. Yeah, I mean, I'll try and find it. James Gunn, Superman, trailer, hard drive. Yeah, the Superman trailer is ready per James Gunn. Let's try and find that post. Yeah, there you go. It's on my hard drive. I mean, that's clear confirmation. So Yvonne Blood asked, when is the Superman trailer coming out? Because I'm seeing Captain America Brave New World trailer, Thunderbolts trailer, Peacemaker Season 2 first look, and now Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. And I'm like, where is the Superman trailer at? It's on my hard drive, but seriously, all three of those projects come out months before us, which is very true. Do I know when it will release? I don't know an exact date, but I was just not looking forward to the outfit, not gonna lie. I really like the outfit. I kind of prefer it from the Cavill one, but the Cavill one was an interesting take because it delved more into that alien metaphor stuff. So I get what you mean though, Words. I do get it. But I do like the new one. It's just a bit more, and I don't think it's his actual first edition suit. I think this is a suit that has been upgraded over time and everything, and maybe, James Gunn has talked about the world of the DCU where it's not the origins of people and everything. Superheroes and metahumans have been around for years and years and years, and we're landing into year 2 of Superman basically. So that's really interesting. James Gunn has just reposted something. He's just reposted a Creature Commandos review, and I'm a bit worried about Creature Commandos. I'll get into that in a bit, but I am a little bit worried about it. A, because I'm not going to be seeing it for a while, because it's not out in the UK for a while, and B, I don't know, the animation doesn't quite stick with me. It's not quite punchy enough. But I thought that about Invincible, and then the more episodes you watched, it got better, and you just got used to it. But yeah, there it is. Like he's saying, it's ready. Are they still calling it metahumans? I don't know that actually. I just presumed metahumans, or I'm sure they'd just be called superheroes, to be honest, in this very superhero world Gunn is creating. He's just literally, I've got his notifications on, and he's just reposting loads of reviews about Creature Commandos. Positive reviews, obviously. Boba Talks, if you don't watch Boba Talks, he's really, really good in the DC stuff, DC space. And he's seen all 7 episodes of Creature Commandos. And he said it's really good. So, well, this is the embargo that's just lifted. Let's have a look at these Creature Commandos things, shall we? I think it's worth looking at. So, James Gunn. We'll look at the positive reviews that he's reposted. Remember, guys, I love James Gunn. I think he's great. I think he's such a talented writer, director, everything, man, really. So I'm really looking forward to it. But let's just have a look. I don't know where to find these. Here we go. So let's start with Josh Warding. So, Creature Commandos is a crazy, captivating, instant classic that puts the DCU on the map. I loved every episode. The cast is superb, while the visuals are gloriously gory and do right by these characters. Another A+ effort from James Gunn. Bring on Superman and more Cersei. So again, that's why the trailer's not come out. By the way, that is an obvious sort of view of why the trailer's not come out, because Creature Commandos needs to come out first. And I mean, Creature Commandos, let's have a look when it finishes, basically, because I know they're not just dropping everything. See, I know it's going to be when I'm away. I'm not going to be able to react to the bloody trailer, which is going to suck. So the last one comes out January 9th. So we could be waiting for a Superman trailer till January, but realistically, I think we'll be getting a Superman trailer amongst Creature Commandos. I think we'll get it during. And December is just a perfect time to put out a trailer for a teaser trailer for a summer movie. I think it is anyway. So we still got a while. Continuing on with the reviews, Mr. Gunn has reposted, and he continues to repost, and these are all positive, obviously. So Creature Commandos was a hell of a wild ride. The animation was bold and the violence was brutally amusing. The show was brimming with crude sensibilities, but it's also got so much heart. You couldn't help but empathize with all these awesome, ugly-looking mofos. Great review. That's a really good review. Geek Vibes Nation, James Gunn and the brand new DCU have scored big with Creature Commandos. This is the must-see for anyone still holding out hope for fresh, exciting Cape content. Oh, I like that, Cape content. Packed with action, heart, and Gunn's signature storytelling. 8.5, bloody hell. So this is going down really well. And, you know, I was just saying I'm not quite sure about it yet. Eric Davis, whose reviews I actually trust a lot because a lot of his opinions match mine. I've watched the entire season of DC's Creature Commandos and I absolutely love it. The writing, the action, the humour. This is what James Gunn is brilliant at. The weaving together a story that is exciting and often hilarious, but equally as heartbreaking. I devoured every episode of this series and wanted more. If Creature Commandos is any indication, the future of DC under Gunn and Peter Savarin's leadership is brighter than Doctor Fasoul. All of the characters are so well defined, but I had to pick a fave. It would be G.I. Robot or maybe Frankenstein. They're all weird, great and weird and memorable in their own ways. Highly recommend this one. Bloody hell. Whew. It's doing well. Creature Commandos brilliantly builds on Gunn's style from the Suicide Squad, taking full advantage of the mayhem of the animation. Its character focus allows each of the cast to shine. It sets a new bar for comic book animation. That is really, really interesting. And that's all we got so far. But let's look at the ones he's not reposting. Those are all the positives. But he just shared this 2 minutes ago. It's been like waiting until Christmas morning to share this series with you all. A crazy, captivating instant classic that puts the new DCU on the map. That is from comicbookmovie.com. That is hilarious because that, as you can see up here, is a website I go to daily, and that's crazy. He's reading from there. We were fortunate enough to breeze through all 7 episodes over the course of a couple of days, but it should make a terrific watch thanks to a compelling story boasting unexpected twists and turns and a lot of heart. You may well find yourself tearing up at times. Gunn's writing ensures that each character is in a different place when the show ends from where we first found them, perhaps with the exception of the completely bonkers Eric Frankenstein, and the filmmaker's sheer delight in writing these characters is apparent. The big test will be Superman, of course, but if Creature Commandos is a sign of things to come, we're all in on the DCU. Ooh. RJ, I'm very happy to report that Creature Commandos is a total blast. Excellent first entry into the new DCU. It's a show that doesn't pull any punches. It's filled with gorgeous animation, hyper-violence, and the usual charming writing and characters one comes to expect in a James Gunn project. Fans of the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, that's me, will feel right at home with this show, but I think even if you weren't a fan of either of those projects, this show just does enough to stand out and hook you in. DC fans will have loads of things to discuss in the weeks to come, so much world building and Easter eggs to feast on. Holy shit, episodes 4 and 6. Those 2 episodes are going to make people go crazy. I can't wait for you all to check out the show for yourselves. The show premieres on December 5th in the US, with 2 episodes for you to sit down and watch. I need to see the show now. Okay, right, I've given in. I'm really excited for Creature Commandos. I'm the biggest Creature Commandos fan. I've got all the merch on my shelf. Obviously, you just can't see it because the shelves are just so big. I need to see the show. What the fuck are you doing, Sky? Great, sounding great. I mean, it's not a surprise because Gunn is just really good writer. But this is the problem I'm having. Is how can you watch it? Well, DC fans, episode 5th December as they arrive. Those in the UK will seemingly have to wait a bit longer. Currently, there is no news. So, oh, got to wait. What's up, everybody? Hello, Mr. DC Comics. How you doing? I'm just talking about the Creature Commandos reviews, and they're very, 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 very positive, as expected, to be honest. I was just saying how I wasn't really excited for this show because I'm not sure about the animation. I know Gunn's storytelling and everything would be perfect, but I think the animation is a bit... but I thought that about Invincible, but after a few episodes in, I kind of got used to the animation itself. So I'm sure that's going to be the same case with this. But now I'm talking about how I can't watch Creature Commandos legally because there is no date for it in the UK. So in terms of the Superman trailer, which is what this video is mainly about, I was just talking about when it could be coming out, because obviously Gunn has said it's done. He said that, you know, the Warner Brothers news that they weren't happy with the cut is actually false. There's just loads of talks that happen and everything, and it's coming directly from DC Studios. So and talking about just when it will come out, I think it's either going to be in the next couple of weeks, obviously, or if I want to be really specific, and I have to be honest, it's Christmas Day. I think that could be a big Christmas present from DC and Warner Brothers, and I think it'll be great. Obviously not great for us content creators because we'll be celebrating Christmas elsewhere. I won't be able to react to it. So yeah, it's from a content perspective, it's just a bit like, can't bloody post my reaction really on Christmas Day. I had that with Doctor Who a couple of years ago. They released the 60th anniversary trailer, No, it was the 60th anniversary. A year before, like just under a year before. Wow, that's crazy. And I literally ran up here and recorded my reaction. I was like, I've got to just go up quickly to my wife, but I'm actually away this time. So if I do get a reaction, it would just be really badly edited because I don't have time. And I won't be able to take this with me or anything. So yeah, it's just annoying as a content creator, you know. But yeah, no, I'm excited for Creature Commandos, but going back to Superman, I just can't wait for Superman, to be honest. I think it's going to be one of the biggest movies next year, but it as in terms of its marketing and everything, but just got to be patient. Just got to be patient and wait for it. I think it could be very, 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 very soon. I'm waiting for some of the YouTubers I follow to see their reviews. I'm looking forward to Boba Talks, actually. Let's see if he's posted anything yet. I'm sure he hasn't. It's probably too soon. Oh, yeah, he has uploaded a video. Might react to that in a minute. I'm really looking forward to this video. Just give me 1 second, and we're gonna watch this together. I just gotta swap everything, which is always a bit of a pain. I'm sure there's an easier way of doing that. But this is what we'll basically be doing. Be watching my man Boba talk about Creature Commandos. We'll see his reaction in a moment. But just give me 2 seconds. Alright. That should be sorted now. But let's watch Boba talk about Creature Commandos. No spoiler review, even better. Great day.
So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my no spoilers review for what is our launching point into the new DCU Creature Commandos, which is coming your way with the debut of the first 2 episodes Thursday, December 5th, so literally this week on Max, followed by 1 episode weekly until...
So again, not for the UK. God's sake. Why not for the UK?
January 9th. Now, I've had a chance to see all 7 episodes of Creature Commandos, thanks to Warner Brothers. And as usual here, and I want to stress, I aim to give you a comprehensive, as can possibly be, review of the show. Like, just giving you a good impression going in, all without any spoilers. So just know that you really don't have to worry about that. And you may be thinking, but how do you speak for so long in a no spoiler review without giving away any spoilers? Well, I guess that's just me. I mean, as per the channel name. So right away, for those who are perhaps fairly new to this or new to the channel,
I mean, he's looking positive. Boba's looking positive. That's the main thing.
the official trailer teases Waller saying that General Flagg has found himself in the middle of an international incident. And as per the official description provided to me, Creature Commandos tracks a secret team of incarcerated monsters recruited for missions deemed too dangerous for humans. When all else fails, they're your last, worst option. And given that Congress has told Waller that she can't use humans for missions after the Task Force X whole deal got exposed by her daughter in Peacemaker Season 1
yeah.
finale, well, Rick Flag utilizes a new task force, Task Force M. But before we get into like the deeper dive of this, I kind of thought to myself, if I was watching this review on the other side of my channel or the other side of the screen, what is it that I would want to know most right away? And the question
I'd want to know if the show's good, if it kind of sets the landscape for the DCU, and also does it. Well, is it good? Like, is the animation good? Is the acting good? The voice acting? Like, that's kind of what I want to know.
question would be, at least for me, does Creature Commandos do a good job at launching us into James Gunn's DCU? Well, to set expectations here, first of all, think about it. It's literally a show set in the canon of the new DCU. So absolutely be prepared for a sense of exposition to James Gunn's new world that, as we know, already has an established history of heroes to villains to metahumans, you name it. But with that being said,
Look at Crypto, man. Look at Crypto. Crypto. Super dark Crypto.
we can't forget how this is only 7 episodes long, with actually most of the episodes being around 21 to 23 minutes, with I think only around 2 episodes going from 25 to 28 minutes. So what I'm trying to get at here is that the show, all while it delivers that, it is also, of course, very focused on telling the story of the Creature Commandos and the mission that they're on. Now, having just spoken about 7 episodes, I think it does make the pacing of the series really decent, and given the run times of the episodes, that has credits included, by the way, they really just don't hold back. So you're going from beat to beat to beat, and there isn't really any wasted time. It's just really snappy and only ever slows the momentum on.
I think that's the thing a lot of these superhero animation projects get wrong. They really go slow in places, and that bothers me because animation is so hard for some people to connect with. But not all animation. Obviously, there's animation out there like Spider-Verse and everything that's really, really good, but it has a really good pace to it. So I'm really expecting a very, very pacey show.
Carefully selected moments, I'd say, that service the characters in the story. So don't get expectations to the point of imagining crazy lore dumps about this hero or that villain or this major place or that.
Hey, did you hear about what's happening in Gotham City? Did you hear? There's like a some people are calling it a bat.
Major place in the DCU. But of course, there are mentions of things ranging from as simple as other popular DC cities to, yes, other really, really big world-building teasers that I actually didn't see coming, that I think is going to be a really pleasantly surprising thing for people when they see it. So with all of that under consideration, I'd still, for me at least, take the first live-action DCU movie coming our way next summer, which is, of course, Superman, as the proper introduction into the DCU, which I do think most people are doing anyway. And Creature Commandos overall, as Gunn explains, take that as more of this aperitif, which I do think, as he described it, is the best way to put a label on it. But
Gunn actually spoke about that it's less like the MCU and it's more like the Star Wars universe, the DCU. And I thought that was really interesting.
Speaking of the mission that they go on here, to not say too much here, because again, I can't give too much away, but what I can say is that this one actually surprised me quite a bit. A few episodes in, the main story really ramps up with the introduction of what I would describe vaguely as a larger threat, to the point of where I was like, what the... Wait, what? Like, the stakes are pretty insane when you realize what's going on, to the point of Waller herself being very concerned. And trust me on this, when you get into that moment a few episodes in, and you'll know it when you see it, and what comes of that in the moment, it really is kind of like, holy shit, I did not expect that. Let's go. Now, that's not me trying to overhype it, but I'm genuinely saying, and you guys should know me by now, for me to be like, oh, damn, okay, that must be pretty cool, if you know what I mean. So, I know I'm talking very ambiguously here, but the story that they've put into focus this season is one that is, what I would say is quite crafty, has some twists and turns, and I was quite impressed with the scope of what the Creature Commandos were dealing with, and the way it all ultimately goes down right up until the finale ends. But to get back to the root of the subject here, like, what do I actually think of the show? Well, if you couldn't tell already, I can happily say that I really, really enjoyed myself. And I really do mean that. I know some people will be like, well, Boba, of course you'd enjoy it. You cover a lot of DCU-related content on the channel. But seriously, it's a really enjoyable animated show with an absolutely fantastic cast and well animated. We're going to get into all of that. If you're a fan of the tone that they've got across in the trailers, and you're a fan of Gunn's experience in the sandbox of playing with multiple characters like this...
All right, I can see it's quite boring watching me watch this, so I will continue watching this in my spare time. But go and check out Boba Talks. Absolutely awesome YouTuber, and he'll give you some tidbits on the what's it called? The Superman trailer. the Creature Commandos. There's no Superman trailer just yet. But yeah, guys, anybody in the chat? Anybody got any opinions? Like what they're hoping from the Superman trailer? There was a cool like trailer music cut going around. That Foo Fighters, My Hero. I can't play all of it, but I'll play a little bit of it. But it was something. It's very James Gunn-esque, but I wouldn't be surprised if the trailer is a good length, if it's music like that. Obviously, Guardians of the Galaxy are all used sort of music. I was about to say old music then, but it's not that old. But the Superman trailer, man, I have no idea when this is coming out. I think it's soon, though. Just the way Gunn has gone about it, and again, I think they're waiting for a few episodes of Creature Commandos to go out, and then they'll release the Superman trailer, and then Creature Commandos continues into mid-January now. I'm still gutted I can't watch it. I'm really, really gutted. Yeah, because the excitement for it has got me really pumped now, and even that first 5-10 minutes of the Boba Talks video, I'm just like, I really, really want to see it. I'm really interested to see how Creature Commandos lays the landscape, and it does apparently. So that'd be awesome. I think we'll be getting a countdown of sorts to the Superman trailer. Again, I just would not be surprised if it's Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or something like that. But to be honest, like, everyone is flocking in America. People go to the cinema on Christmas Day, and there's a certain film called Nosferatu coming out. But that's only Focus Features, isn't it? So Warner Brothers aren't going to be like... Well, no, they could, because you do other production companies doing that. But yeah, no, Superman... I've got a feeling this trailer is going to be massive, and they got to get it right. They got to get this first little bit of promo right, and the posters, and apparently the posters have been done and everything. All there's versions of them, so they're ready to go. But also, you got to think they got to start marketing this film quite a few months in advance, because when does it come out? July 25th. So that's January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So that's like 7 months, over 7 months away, and that's a lot of marketing for 7 months and keeping that hype train going. But you know, it will be a teaser trailer. I think it will be a good length. I think it will show quite a bit, and I think people could be really excited for it. It's like when the Batman teaser trailer came out during DC Fandom. It was just like, what do you mean I've got to wait till 2021? Then a couple of months later, it was like, what do you mean I've got to wait till 2022? Like, it was just, so no more pandemics next year, please. I'm very, very excited for Superman. I kind of wish it was still called Superman Legacy. And I think the original title was a hint at the story in terms of, you know, the world is full of superheroes and how does Superman make his mark? What makes him so different from the others? And I think I'm going to miss that element of that title. It's a really good title. I mean, the rest of the DCU, what am I excited for? Well, Creature Commandos now after those reviews, but I mean, I have no idea what's happening with this Batman movie. Like, what is going on? Because there's been so many different reports about Matt Reeves' Batman Part 2. There's been so many just like, the script is done. The script isn't done. Why does James Gunn get a say? He's the co-CEO of DC Studios. Of course he gets a say. And people are like, oh no, it's not being released under DC Studio. Yes, it is. Like, they literally are pumping out these films now through Warner Brothers. But still, it's just like, don't really understand people's thinking. But yeah, Batman the Brave and the Bold, I'm a little bit concerned about. And I was really excited for Andy Muschietti getting another chance, another crack at the superhero genre, especially Batman, because he's a huge fan and he's a great filmmaker. But The Flash just really tainted my thoughts on him carrying a franchise. It really did. And I don't think it was all his fault. I think there was a lot of things going on behind the scenes. I'm sure if James Gunn was on board by that point and they were continuing the DCEU, The Flash would have been 100% better. Definitely. It's weirdly a film I remember beat for beat for. Like, I remember every single thing that happens in the Flash. I remember where the scene goes to the next scene. I go backwards and everything. But bloody hell, it's still a big disappointment. Even though my man Michael Keaton, I actually got a statue of him over here that I just recently opened. Where is it? Michael Keaton, the man, the myth. Where's my camera? My camera's over here. The man, the myth, the legend. I mean, that's the best part of the film. Let's be honest. But yeah, no, I'm a bit, I'm skeptical about Batman the Brave and the Bold, because I'm one of those people that don't agree with two Batmans at the same time. But I mean, you know, Robert Pattinson was Batman, and then the Flash came out and Michael Keaton was Batman as well. So it's not like a huge major thing, but God, Brave and the Bold, doing the Bat Family as a first Batman film in the DCU, that can be very tricky territory, and I think it is tricky territory because there's been no announcement. But James Gunn has said that is the next project to kind of start going ahead. because we got Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, which I'm very much looking forward to. I read the comic, got it back there, and it's brilliant. It's a really good comic. I can see the vision. I can see where they can go very James Gunn-esque with it, but he's not directing it, so supposedly not directing it. He was asked recently in a TV interview whilst promoting Creature Commandos, what are you directing next? And he said, I've got 4 other things on at the moment. I've got to choose like what I'm going to do. It's very interesting having a co-CEO of a studio directing Superman and possibly directing non-Superman projects in the DCU. It's really interesting because it just adds a different dynamic to it. But yeah, no, I'm excited, man. Creature Commandos does sound good. It is sounding good. I'm just seeing reviews pop through on my phone. And I'm just disappointed there's no UK contract yet, so won't be seeing it for quite some time, whenever that is. But Superman is just that has got to put, because I'll be honest, like a lot of UK people, and I do ask people what they think of Superman, and they go like they've got to do this character good. Joe, sorry I'm late. It's all right, Derpy. It's all right. I'll be here for another 5-10 minutes, so don't worry about it, Derpy. Basically, Derpy, I was just talking about Creature Commandos sounding good. Unfortunately, no UK release date yet, so I'm going to be spoiled before it even comes out here. But that's fine. I'll still watch it. To be honest, if it's going to come out later next year here in the UK, it's just going to be all dropped in one. So that's even better. I think there's some sort of argument going on if it's going to be on Sky, which is our like sort of main TV provider, or if it's going to be on a particular channel, which is like E4, which is what the Harley Quinn animation show was on, and that's under the sort of same umbrella of the animations and everything. So it's a bit tricky at the moment. But the Superman trailer, I was saying I think it's coming. I could probably hook up in Discord. Oh no, it's all right, man. It's all right. I'll be honest, mate. I've gone from Discord. I've uninstalled. But what I was going to say is the Superman trailer, I think, is either coming out in the next couple of weeks, obviously. But if I was to pick a precise date, just thinking like straight ahead, I think it's Christmas Day. I do think it's Christmas Day, not to do with the American football or anything, because I know there's football season on Christmas Day or something. They're doing NFL, something like that. I don't know. As you can tell, I'm a sports guy, but I think what's happening is James Gunn will release it and be like, "Happy Christmas! Here's a present from DC to you," and it'll be the Superman teaser trailer. I was saying earlier, I think they'll show quite a lot in the trailer, but also they could do a really, really good tease. But to be honest, we're in that age now where they do a trailer for the trailer, and I think that will come out first, and then there'll be a big trailer. So there'll be a countdown. But the unfortunate thing for me, as a content creator, is I'm away for Christmas. I'm literally away from the 15th of December, and I'm not home until the New Year. So I'm just like, I won't be able to do a reaction like this. I mean, I'll attempt to film a reaction, but the 15th might be the day. US time, I'll be, because we're just a bit behind, aren't we? So, I mean, what's the date? I think the teaser rumor could be Mufasa. Yeah, that's been going around as well, isn't it? The Mufasa rumor. Superman trailer, Mufasa. December 20th. So I might have to go and watch Mufasa. No, to be honest, this will be an American thing. This will be just in the US, and the trailer will leak online. I don't know why they're doing this stuff where they just released the trailer in the cinema. So December 5th to 8th is CCXP. And then December 15th, Superman the movie, release date in 1978. So it could be that. Do you think they should have had the Batman as the start of the DCU? Yes, I do. that's one thing I can definitely agree David Zaslav on. Like, I think if the rumor is true that they were trying to convince everyone to include Robert Pattinson in the DCU, I think it's a yes. And from me, I probably would have been chewed it and just gone, yeah, all right. And Matt Reeves could be over the Batman sort of stuff completely, but whilst integrating it into the DCU, then James Gunn takes Robert Pattinson. It's a bit like the Sony Marvel situation, but whereas it's all under one roof, I think that is a huge possibility. I think it could have been a huge possibility it was going to happen. Also, you got to remember just personal life stuff, but Robert Pattinson is now a dad. He's married. I'm sure he's looking to settle down in the next 15 to 20 years and retire from acting. Taking on a franchise contract to do 6 to 8 movies as Batman is really good. Like, he'll hardly see his kid, but it's a really good idea for the future, and that's why a lot of these actors take on these roles, to be honest, is these multi-picture films, is because it kind of secures them for life and they can have an early retirement or just slow down. So I think I can't believe we're already here, man. 6 to 7 months. It's been a long time coming, this Superman trailer, and it's weird that we're entering the year Superman hits the cinema, which is kind of weird. I know there's other things to think about and life stuff and all that, but isn't it cool to have something to really look forward to? And someone that isn't particularly a huge Superman fan, I'm really looking forward to James Gunn's Superman, especially because his name's in the title. But yeah, I just don't know what they're going to show. And there's no indication what this film looks like. Like, that's one of the big things for me. Like, Guardians, after the first one, you knew what the other two were going to look like. The Suicide Squad was similar in that vein, but it was more grounded, and he was using new technologies with cameras and everything. But Superman Legacy, I think it's just going to... Wow, he's just going to get everything he wants. He's a great VFX director, and I'm sure they haven't let him held back. He hasn't been held back on anything, so I think it's going to be great. Historical amnesia. I hate this idea that Batman can't be grounded, and in the Justice League in the same universe. The comics have been like this for almost a century. I completely agree. I think, weirdly, with the Matt Reeves Batman universe, I feel a fantastical feel to Gotham itself. I don't know how to explain that, but it's like it's the perfect aesthetic to kind of fit into that fantasy. But also what they could have done is just, when Matt Reeves is doing the Batman films, the next two, keep them grounded, keep them gritty, and then when he transfers into the Justice League or the other DCU films, I think it would have worked. And also, you know, Gunn has been so clear that each of these films, even though it's all in one universe, they're going to have their own identity, and that's what's going to be game-changing, hopefully, with the DCU. You're not going to have to watch every single film just to lead up to a Justice League film. And I don't think that's the plan. I don't think they're leading up to a Justice League film. I don't think that's the plan. We need to have watch party for All-Star Superman, considering it's the core inspiration for the new film. Yeah, definitely. I think what I'll do, I mean, it depends on my situation. I mean, I'd love to do a lead up to Superman Legacy, or sorry, James Gunn's Superman, as it's called now, and maybe do some sort of event just kind of leading up to it. Maybe New Frontier 2, maybe. I mean, the unfortunate thing is I wouldn't be able to show it on YouTube, but maybe there's like a Patreon or something private I can do. Like you say, it could be a Discord, like I can re-download Discord. I just kept getting so many bloody emails and notifications for it. For you know, no one contacting me, just literally just rubbish from it. So I just kind of got angry and just got rid of it. But I will get it back. But yeah, no, definitely Derpy. We'll definitely do something like that. And you know, I've got the comic right over here. Here it is. It's great. I had a great read. It's emotional. it's really fascinating. It's a really fascinating comic book. I think the aesthetic of it is going to be the main inspiration for James Gunn's Superman. I think that's what they're aiming for. The story itself, I think you shouldn't be doing that story just yet. Still early days. But yeah, no, it's yeah, the DC universe has got a bloody pack a punch. It's got a pack a punch, man. But yeah, no, I agree. Historical. I think the Batman could have easily fitted into the DCU. And if anybody disagrees with me, let me know in the comment. Like, let me know in the live chat. Like, I'd really love to know your opinion and everything, because I think it would have definitely worked. And I remember there was, there's been so many times where rumors of that gonna happen were just coming up all the time, like all the time. I just think it would have worked. Continuing our talk on the Batman universe, I think the Penguin was completely amazing. I think the Penguin was just so good. And obviously, I would love to see a Scarecrow show. Of course, I would love to see a Scarecrow show, but is he going to be the villain of the next Batman film? Is he going to integrate into Penguin Season 2? They are doing a Penguin Season 2. There is no doubt in my mind. I was thinking, like, maybe we don't need it, but they are doing a Penguin Season 2. It did so well, and it was received so well, and depending on the Emmy nominations and the wins, there could be some sort of sequel in the works to the Penguin. And then we obviously heard about the Barry Keoghan Joker TV show, which I thought was really interesting. I think the losing powers thing may happen in this film. Not sure of dying part, though. Spoilers! IGN gave Creature Commandos an 8. Yes, Creature Commandos has been received really, really well. To be honest, I don't really trust IGN, but yeah, I was quite surprised by their rating when they gave Penguin like a 5. Yeah, the losing powers thing would be really, really interesting, actually. But the problem is would it be a boring movie? Like, I do wonder, because we've seen that before in Superman 2, and it was very short lived. Him losing his powers and everything. But again, it's just like, you are going to see Superman to see a Superman movie. So I think there might be some element to that, but maybe not for like an entire fourth of the movie or something. Like, it needs to be short and sweet and get to the point. But yeah, I mean, Scarecrow would be technically a great. I don't think they'll do a Penguin Season 2. I think they'll do a new season of a new The Batman show, but it will be sort of continuation of the Penguin. And that's been the big rumor, is that the Barry Keoghan Joker show, which according to Gunn is not a thing, is actually an Arkham Asylum TV show. And it'd be really interesting if at the end of the Batman Part 2, Penguin is, caught up in all this and actually gets caught finally. And they're like, nah, you ain't going to Blackgate, mate. You're going to Arkham. Like, justice for Vic, man. Justice for Vic. And it would be so funny if he ends up in Arkham. And then the Penguin Season 2 is actually an Arkham TV show involving Barry Keoghan's Joker, maybe Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman, Colin Farrell's the Penguin. I mean, can you imagine the cast for an Arkham show? Obviously, there's been talk like that's been pushed, and now it's going to be formed into a DCU show, but I'm not that interested in a DCU Arkham Asylum show. I'm more interested in the Batman universe side of it. So again, this is the thing. I think they missed a trick. I think Robert Pattinson should have been the Batman of the DCU. I think they should have let Matt Reeves complete the trilogy and, have the TV shows coinciding, and then they could have done a time jump. But the thing is, like, there's no specific year or time and place Superman happens. Like, it doesn't happen in our world. It's very much a different world. It's kind of the same as the Tim Burton Batman films. where it's like a mix of modern day back then in the 80s anyway, and then it's like the 40s, like the sort of costume style and the cars and the vehicles and the buildings. But that's what the DCU is going to be like. It's going to be a hell of a palette. Joe, I love the tree, man. Oh, cheers, dude. Yeah, no, it's a good tree. It's tiny though. I mean, I'll go next to it right now. Oh, that's how tiny it is. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's got like Star Wars baubles on it, and it's got like a little Grogu. I haven't got any Batman ornaments though, so maybe next year get a Batman ornament for it. Can only put a certain amount of like decorations on it because it would just fall over. I was going to get a bigger one. I was going to go in the corner over here. But then I was like, you know what? I like the little tree. But thanks, man. I appreciate that. But, yeah, no. So, yeah, just to kind of finish off historical, I agree. I think he could have been included. But that's not happening. We are getting a new Batman. We are getting the Brave and Bold. James Gunn has promised this now. So he has to kind of give us a new Batman. And in terms of casting, I saw a really interesting choice. And I think it was James Gunn that liked the tweet, which is a huge mistake because now people are taking this as gospel. But Jonathan Bailey. Is it Jonathan Bailey? Yeah, Jonathan Bailey from Wicked would be a good Batman. And I was like, Jonathan Bailey? I was like, no. I was like, he'd definitely fit into the DCU, but not. I don't know if be a Batman. I mean, he's a handsome motherfucker, but like, I never went to see Wicked or seen bits of Bridgerton and just gone, that's Batman. Do you know what's really funny? I'm sitting there and I'm going, actually, with a bit more fat and muscle, he could be a good Batman. He could. I love it. The suggestions. Personal trainer. Getting married. Leonardo. Last 5 years. Is that the issue 1 poster? I saw Bailey too. He's 5'11" though. He is 5'11", but Tom Hardy was cast as Bane, remember? And they still managed to make him really intimidating. Is that a... Yes, it is, mate. Yes, of course you haven't seen this. Yeah, that's my... So that's my... Wait a minute. Let me do this. Camera will follow me. Come on. Do it. There we go. So this is my issue 1 poster of... Oh, you're down there. Hello. I'm there. It loses my face sometimes. There we go. It's very cool. But yeah, this is my Detective Comics #1, and then I've got Star Wars comic poster over here. Got some of the Dark Knight movie masters. I don't know if you can hear me, but there's Batman stuff, and there's a Lego Batwing over there. But yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Got to reposition now. Damn it. Wait a minute. Go a bit down. There we go. And then I've got to do that. And then the camera stops moving. It's really cool, isn't it? Have you talked about the casting of an older Hal Jordan? Thoughts? By the way, it's still me, Historical Amnesia. Had to change my comics account, lol. No worries. I'll call you Archive now. I like the brand one. I love it, man. Cheers, dude. Yeah, talked about the casting of an older Hal Jordan. Do you know what's really funny? I've completely... Oh, right, just in general. Just kind of like the guy that's playing Hal Jordan. Because what's his name? Is it Kyle Chandler? Yeah. So what do I think? There we go. So Kyle Chandler is playing an older Hal Jordan. I'm fine with it, but it's because I'm not a huge Green Lantern, reader, fan. The film, the Ryan Reynolds film, didn't do anything for me as a kid, so I didn't get into the Green Lantern sort of stuff. The only time I did was what was that bloody animation? There was a really good Green Lantern animation that I saw, and I thought it was really good, and it had Hal Jordan in it. But I don't mind this. I really don't, because I am more interested in the Jon Stewart character. That's the Green Lantern I grew up with the Justice League cartoon. Yeah, it's controversial because he's older. Yeah, I get it, but I think it's fine. I don't think we need all these Green Lanterns in the DCU straight away. I think it's really good to concentrate on two of the main Green Lanterns that we know, and him to be a sort of teacher to Jon Stewart. Yeah, I mean, the guy playing Jon Stewart is just like, he looks like the cartoon. I swear he's got green eyes as well. But I think this works. Again, we don't really know the story of Lanterns, but if it is that sort of True Detective really grounded, which was a surprise sort of take on the characters, I can see him being, the old Western sheriff, retiring soon, or thinking of leaving the corps, but he's been sent on this last mission and he's being put with a rookie. And just classic sort of, bloody, what's it called? I was about to say West Side Story, but I mean like Western Story. That's what I mean. So yeah, it doesn't bother me because, again, I don't know the story. And I like Kyle Chandler. I think he's really good in Wolf of Wall Street. He's got that sort of personality. He's got that sort of what is it? That smirk to him, and he does it in Wolf of Wall Street when he's talking to Leonardo DiCaprio on the boat. So I think he's not just going to be this gruff, like, oh, you need to learn, kid, and everything. He's gonna look at Jon Stewart as like what he was like when he was younger and starting out in the corps and everything. So I think it's going to be a really interesting dynamic. They had a screen test together. I think Kyle Chandler was cast first. I think his role is going to be really prominent in Lanterns, but I do think he's not going to make it out alive. I don't think he's going to make it out alive, because there needs to be consequences in the DCU, and we can't hold back. So yeah. Fair enough. I'm just afraid they'll kill him off before we see them interact with Oliver Queen. I mean, the DCU is going to be very fantastical. Is there a way in the DC lore that Kyle Chandler could come back as Hal Jordan down the line? Not like Zack Snyder's Justice League, whatever. Like, not that Superman bullshit. Like, you lead up to a Justice League film when Superman's been dead for 2 of the movies or whatever, and he's not even in most of the Justice League film. I don't mean like that, but is there a way? Because the thing is, they don't know if the show's going to work. Like, that is just the honest truth. Like, they're going to write it well, they're going to direct it well, it's going to go out. Is it received well? Are the characters received well? This is the big question. And what we got to remember is that different sort of scenes are filmed to ensure that, like, for future development of projects. So they will do a version where he doesn't die, or they'll do a version where he does die, and depending on the character's popularity, this has happened in the past before in film and TV, but depending on the character's popularity, they will keep him within the canon. But I'm sure there's a way they can bring it back and everything. What's the significance of Hal Jordan interacting with Oliver Queen? Is that really important? Is it like in the comics lore and everything? I mean, your Archive of Secrets, and that sounds very comic booky. So let me know. But yeah, I thought Jonathan Bailey was a very interesting choice, and also David Corenswet, like, is very young looking. Jonathan Bailey is definitely very young looking, but he is wrapped up in a franchise called Jurassic World Rebirth at the moment. So I think his contract's not going to allow him to go and do a Batman movie until he's done that. And it does sound like the Batman movie is the next sort of one they want to be concentrating on. Are you going to watch Superman and Lois? Derpy, I'm going to be honest, mate. I'm not. I saw a trailer for the last episode recently, and I did not like the look of it. I'm really sorry, but I'm not rushing to watch Superman and Lois. To be honest, I kind of want to just stick to like DCU, like I do with MCU. I never watched like The Runaways or I didn't even watch. No, I did watch Iron Fist actually, but there was a lot of MCU shows that I didn't even watch or non-Marvel shows and everything. Yeah, it's a hard one. If there's a day where I'm just like, do you know what, I've got a week worth of binging. Superman and Lois is on BBC iPlayer. Thank you, BBC, for getting the rights for Superman and Lois, I guess. And that's the other thing. Could the BBC be the DC Studios stuff? I don't know. Yeah, they had a great friendship. It's fun to watch them butt heads politically. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I mean, again, Gunn has said, you know, this is a universe where superheroes existed for a long time. Is it possible Hal Jordan has already met Oliver Queen, and Oliver Queen is very active? But also, what we've got to remember is that how Gunn explains this universe, it's not in timeline chronologically. It's actually back and forth. And he said it's less similar to the MCU movies and it's more similar to the Star Wars movies and TV shows. So I think there's potential, like, we can be going back and forth. Because as far as I know, Lanterns is a modern day, you know, timeline show. But down the line, if they want to go back further in the timeline, could Kyle Chandler's Hal Jordan appear in a Arrow show or Arrow film? Possibly. Thank you. Yeah, so I think that's what James Gunn is trying to explain, is like, even though certain consequences could happen to these characters, they can come back, and not just in a we've brought him back from the dead by dropping him into some goo and a big cube, but also could we go back in time and look at other characters that existed? And remember, Oliver Queen might not exist in the modern day. Oliver Queen might exist in the past. So this is the infinite possibilities. Obviously, Gunn has got to be on top of like where these characters are placed throughout time. I mean, I'm even thinking about it for Batman, The Brave and the Bold. Like, they could do The Brave and the Bold, the Bat family exist, and then the next Batman film could be a prequel to that before Superman came to Earth and everything. There's just so many possibilities how it can kind of go around in roundabouts and everything. I mean, it would disorientate some people, but for us people, we will be well caught up. So I think anything's possible, mate. Anything. Rewatch Gotham. I am not rewatching Gotham. I watched the first season. I'm done. If they want to play with timelines, the Justice Society of America would be interesting to see. They will 100% do that film. I'm telling you now, they're going to do it. I know they're doing a Sergeant Rock project. Yeah, the Sergeant Rock thing, I think it's more of a... it's not an official thing, and it's not like a pre-production thing. I think it's a talk that's happening to get a director like the guy that's just done that film Queer with Daniel Craig, and seeing that relationship and everything. And Daniel Craig is a big name. Like, he's James Bond. I actually watched the best James Bond trilogy recently. I just binged them all in a day. And I'm not talking about Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, and Skyfall. I'm talking about Skyfall, Spectre, and No Time to Die. That's the best trilogy. Forget the other two. Like, they just learn from their mistakes. But I think the Sergeant Rock one is a little bit of a what are we doing? Because, I mean, you could say the same about Iron Man. Like, you can. Iron Man was no one, and now he's one of the biggest characters, like, in pop culture. Like, you recognise Iron Man everywhere you go. A bit like Spider-Man after he died. I know they're doing a Sergeant Rock project. You should re-download Discord, Joe. Just invite friends you think won't spam. Yeah, I will, mate. To be honest, I need to get my YouTube and live videos back to normal, because I do like doing it. I do like talking to you guys, and I do like discussing theories and so on. But I'm just going to get it all in one place when I've got time, and we're We'll do something, man. Don't worry. Skyfall was the best. Skyfall is really, really good. Skyfall was a very good James Bond film. I saw Tarantino. He was on a podcast a couple of years ago, and he said it's like the least James Bond film because a fight happens in a cabin. It's like, shut up. It's literally one of the best. Has the best villain, has a really good James Bond. It's great cinematography. I like that a lot of it's in the UK, and it doesn't just commit to going worldwide all the time. And I think that's why I like it so much. And obviously it's riding off the back of The Dark Knight and everything. Like, it really is inspired by that, because that Javier Bardem performance of Silver is just really iconic. It just hits the iconic bit. So it's very Joker-esque, and it's very different villain. Instead of a man with a cat going, "Hey, Mr. Bond," and everything. It's very emotional, and how M is connected and everything. It's a very good film. Would love to see Sam Mendes join the DCU. Would love it. Sergeant Rock movie is only as weird as a Creature Commando show. That is true. I mean, when Creature Commandos was the first thing we saw James Gunn announce, because in that video he was like, right, the first project is, and we're like, Superman, and he's like, Creature Commandos, and I'm like, what is that? It's like, what is a Creature Commando? Like, and then I obviously was like, it's just Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever, but you know, it's doing really well. But yeah, you're right, Sergeant Rock could be more than a Sergeant Rock thing. I think they're probably in discussion of like, should it be a movie, should it be a TV show, or should it be an animation? I think this is one of the craziest things, because there's a big rumor that hasn't really got around, and I've seen that The Authority is no longer going to be a live action film or TV show. It's actually going to be an animation, because it was supposedly be really expensive, and obviously they need time for Superman to make money back. I mean, what order is stuff going? Is it Peacemaker? So is it Creature Commandos, Superman, then Peacemaker Season 2? I think it's that order. Or is it Creature Commandos, Peacemaker Season 2, then Superman? Like, I'm forgetting the order of things. I'm not quite sure. Let's see. Peacemaker Season 2. But yeah, Sergeant Rock, again, I don't know that character, but he could be an icon when the film comes out or anything. So, oh yeah, there was a really cool photo that came out from the set of Peacemaker Season 2. They've finished filming now, which is really exciting. I bet it's such a relief when you finish the show. But if you don't want spoilers, click away now. But it's like not a major spoiler, but it's kind of cool. It's like a cool little leak. Okay, are we ready? Cool. So, Peacemaker on a very Peacemaker / Akira bike, and supposedly in a new costume as well. And that's obviously Jennifer. Is it Jennifer Holland on the back? Harcourt, as the Zack Snyder fans will know him as James Gunn's wife. He just cast everyone he knows. Yes. Wouldn't you? Waller is rumoured for 2026 too. I saw this. Yeah. Waller, I think, is actually, in terms of the TV shows, is one I'm really excited about, because it's supposedly connected to Batman the Brave and the Bold. And again, yeah, I'm a big Batman show. I love Batman and everything, but I'm really happy that we're going to see Waller interact with Batman, because I remember Amanda Waller in the it was either the new animated series Batman or the original, so before the all new adventures, but I remember her in those. Or was it Batman Beyond? I don't really remember, but I remember her being in those and interacting with Kevin Conroy's Batman. And yeah, Waller would be. It's going to be great. You got Viola Davis. Like, you're done. And again, I think it will be a sort of Peacemaker Season 3 sort of thing. I think John Cena would be in it somehow, or Harcourt and that. But it'd just be really interesting how she operates, because what I don't quite understand at the moment is that she's got so many different teams of stuff. But I think this is very normal in the comics and everything. She's got like the Suicide Squad. She's now got Creature Commandos. She's got quite a few teams going. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Archive, but isn't she the head of the Justice Society of America, or she like runs it or something? I'm trying to remember for the life of me. Amanda Waller. Yeah, so she, Justice League of America. Sorry. She was had a team affiliation with Agency Checkmate. That was a big rumor that's happening, that there's going to be some sort of Checkmate film or TV show. Argus is going to be like the big corporation, the sort of, I don't want to say it compared to the MCU, but it's going to be the Shield of the DCU, supposedly, because that's the sort of SWAT teams we see on the Superman Legacy sets and everything. And Rick Flag Senior is part of that. He's the boss, I don't think. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I think it's Justice League of, like, she's had some sort of affiliation with the Justice League in the comics. But Waller, like, Viola Davis is just an absolute powerhouse of an actor, and for her to get her own TV show. I don't know if you ever saw a show called How to Get Away with Murder. I remember catching glimpses of her in it, and she's really good. Like, really, really good in it. So I'm really looking forward to Waller. The one I want to hear about more is Paradise Lost, because I'm not really hearing any news about Paradise Lost. If you look at the bike, Argus logo is on it. Oh, is it? Let me get that back up. It's really weird. I opened this photo and it's tiny. Like the one time I need it to be quite big. I can't see it. Oh god. I still need to watch that Captain America film. I really want to watch these old 90s straight to VHS films that Marvel did years ago. I think that'd be a cool watch party thing, actually. That's just what I saw. Oh, okay. So you just yeah, I can't see it, but I'm sure you're completely right. I'm sure the Argus logo is on there. I was just seeing if anybody has spotted that in the comments, but obviously not. Slav followed me. Who's Slav? Slav? Oh man. I mean, what else have we got coming out of the DCU? Like, what else? It's really annoying because I'm really, at the moment, I'm currently really interested in the Batman universe. And I know a motion comic has just come out that a fan has done. And it's like a sort of in-between for part 1 and part 2. So I do want to give that a watch. But I'm really invested in the Batman universe. And I think Warner Brothers are, and HBO are too. Because think of it, they could finish the Batman trilogy, and they could just keep making TV shows set in the same universe. Like, they could, like, if they just want to do Batman as a trilogy, they could just continue making the TV shows. So yeah, right, guys, I've got to go in 2 minutes. I need to go and make dinner and husband things. I must go. But yeah, Superman trailer. I think the next time you're going to see me is either when the trailer just drops or after the trailer or in the new year. Unless more news is happening soon, and I'll probably go live. The only thing is, when this stuff is announced, it's usually at like 11 p.m. Luckily, I am about. I'm about, during that time. And then I'm like, oh, I've got to pull out the camera. And I think we had this last time, didn't we, Derpy? I came on live and then I went and then some big news broke. And then I was like, well, I can't go back on live, so I'll just do a video. But, man, yeah. Oh, man, it's so funny when you go live. Like, you just ignore your phone. I've got so many messages and... Oh, look at all those messages. Look at all those people like trying to contact me and hang out. What the hell? No, I've got some work coming up soon, so I need to get onto that. Yeah, cool. But yeah, any final thoughts? Let's all, like us three, let's have a guess. Let's put a pin in a date when the Superman trailer first comes out, the teaser trailer, and let's stick to it. And we can't pick the same one. So let me get WordPad up. This will be fun. So how many have I got? I've got you two then. So I've got Derpy. So I've got there we go. That's just Joe. I've got Derpy. And then I've got Archive. So can I just put your secret account as well? Just so in case you come back in the future. So let's do this. So I'm gonna take a first guess of the date the Superman trailer's coming out. So I'm just gonna risk it all, and I'm gonna say 24th of December. Okay. Cheers, Archive. Thank you. But before you go, Archive, give me your best date you think the Superman trailer will drop, and obviously this is UK. Tell me where you're from, like sort of country, and I'll put that in there because then whoever wins. And I tell you what, if someone gets it bang on, I will send something. How's about that? I don't know what I'll send. How about this limited edition Henry Cavill McFarlane figure? Not that. I was thinking Christmas Eve. Oh, damn it. You have to pick another date because I've gone for Christmas Eve. Actually, do you know what? For you, I'll go 25th. I'll go Christmas Day. I'm just gonna risk it all. And Archive, you go for 24th. All right. I'll let you have that. And where are you from? Are you UK or US based? Let me know. But I'll send something. Like if someone gets it bang. You're in US. So yeah, I'll put US next to your name. So Derpy, you haven't got So Derpy, you haven't got so you're US as well, aren't you, Derp? So let's try. So you've got to pick a date now, Derps, if you're there. And if anybody else is just joining, give me your best guess of what date the Superman trailer's coming out. So I've picked 25th. I've just gone Christmas Day. For me, that'll probably be the 26th. Sorry, chats are a bit delayed. Yeah, sorry, man. It's my internet. It's a bit and everything. But yeah, don't worry about it. I will wait. But I do have to go in like 1 minute. so Derpy, if you don't come back into the chat, man, just let me know. Just tweet me or whatever, man, and I'll put it on. But yeah. All right. So Archive. Good luck with 24th of December. And yeah. But thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Thanks for joining in the talk. We'll definitely do more lives in the new year. Again, I could shut this all off in the next couple of hours. James gone. Oh, by the way, the Superman trailer. I'll look like a complete idiot. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But guys, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out my other videos. Subscribe. Oh, Derpy. You said 18th. All right, man. 18th of December. Oh, I was about to sign off. I do need to go. All right, Derps. It's there. It's on screen. You can screenshot that. Proof. And I will send you something DC related. I promise. Derpy's here. Derpy is here. But guys, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. I will get back to you. It's Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. Okay. All right. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. And yeah, make sure you check out my other content. Like my videos, subscribe, bloody blah. But yeah, got to go. See you later. Bye-bye.